Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news the world's factories aren't the driving force they once were. But first, hanging over today is an imminent visit by a senior US politician to Taiwan, much to Beijing's fury and accompanying threats. It is a tense flashpoint right now. Separately, global factories are now reporting their upturn has stalled as production stagnates and new orders contract. But price inflation and supply chain pressures brought signs of easing. Business optimism fell to a 26-month low in July. Growth is strongest in India, Australia and the US, while the EU is really struggling. In the US, both major July PMI reports said new order levels fell in the month, taking the shine right off their factory expansion. Both are still expanding, however, as they work through large order backlogs. A dip in new orders isn't unusual as they head into their summer holiday season, however, and was less than expected. Equally notable is the easing of price pressures recorded in both reports. In defying the Chinese official version, which has its factory PMI slip into a contraction, the private Caixin PMI there fell but not into a contraction. But this fall was more than expected. In Hong Kong, crisis-hit Chinese property giant Evergrande says one of its subsidiaries has been ordered to pay $1 billion for failing to honour its debt obligations. In Europe, they slipped into a minor contraction in July, their first in more than 2 years, and that was the case in both Germany and France. Generally, among other countries there, Northern Europe is still expanding while Southern Europe isn't. Not helping is a sharp drop in German retail sales volumes, which, although it was expected, came in at the bottom end of forecasts. The Germans are hunkering down ahead of a tough period expected to start in a few months. Most think the EU has just 3 months to build resilience to a full winter cut-off of Russian gas. Progress is frantic everywhere, and the signs are reasonable that a unified EU will be able to cope. Australian house prices are losing altitude quicker now. The CoreLogic Home Value Index, covering 8 major capital cities, fell 1.4% in July following a 0.8% slip in June and a 0.3% dip in May. The July fall is the largest decline since 1983, and both Sydney and Melbourne are leading the way down. And at the end of today, we'll get the August review by the Australian Central Bank. They're widely expected to raise their cash target rate by another 50 basis points to 1.85% at about 4:30 this afternoon. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 2.61% and down 5 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold opens today at $1,769 an ounce in New York, which is up $2 from this time yesterday. And oil prices start today down $5 at $92.50 a barrel in the US, while international Brent price is just over $99 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar opened today firmer from this time yesterday at 63.3 US cents, and is actually a 6-week high. Against the Australian dollar, we're also marginally firmer at 90.2 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're a tad firmer too at 61.7 euro cents. That all means our trade weight index starts today at 71.3.